Well, former heavyweight boxing champ Mike Tyson certainly knows all about the harsh sound of those prison doors slamming behind him. Tyson spent a grueling 3 years in prison. It put his life in a tailspin. Well, I spoke with Iron Mike about the prison stint that forever changed his life for the better. He went to prison for 3 years after being convicted of raping a beauty pageant contestant, and I know you still maintain your innocence in that case, but if you would, take me back to the moment. You step into that cell, the door closes behind you. What's going through your mind at that time?
Well, I'm very depressed, but I'm really prepared for it, so I was prepared to go through the situation. But I just want to live in my life every day. That's what you have to do. Everything you had outside, you have to check it at the door and go into this place a different person.
You were living, though, this life of luxury before that, a very out loud life of everything you could possibly have wanted. Give me a sense of what the adjustment was like, having to turn all that in.
Well, I was living a life of luxury in prison too, just not the same as I was outside. I didn't have any cars and stuff, but I had food. I was able to get what I want. I could do what I want. I had girlfriends, you know. So it wasn't like it's still not like your freedom. All that stuff is just not like your freedom.
You say a life of luxury in prison, and I imagine I'd speak to a lot of other prisoners and they wouldn't have the same recollection of their experience. Is that because you are Mike Tyson and perhaps people were eager to give you more things than others would receive?
Well, I don't know. That had a lot to do with it probably, but also I know how to talk to people. You know, I'm not a big shot. I'm not no gangster, so I know how to talk to people, so things get done.
And what was a day like, a typical day for you there?
In prison?
Yeah.
I get up, go to the gym, work out, come back, get on the telephone, make phone calls, go to school, go to visits.
Did you at any point feel like you had to prove yourself to anybody, or did people steer clear of you because, hey, you're Mike Tyson?
No, I was just, I was a simple guy. I didn't have to fight nobody. Man, if I had somebody's head, I don't do the other guy to fight. They know, I was just a simple guy. I wasn't no big shot in prison. I wasn't no gangster, tough guy. I was just a simple guy in there.
But people must have treated you differently, and I was actually curious if anybody you ever found at any time came gunning for you because you were Mike Tyson and maybe they felt like they had something to prove.
No, I never had that feeling either. No, I never had any problem in prison. If there were any, it's because I started them, you know. Sometimes I get carried away.
You got out of prison after serving 3 of a 6-year sentence. And in your one-man show, you talk about how you still came out of prison an incredibly wealthy man. I want to take a look at that.
So after I left prison, I have to admit I was scared. You ain't gonna believe this shit. I had around $380 to $400 million in my bank account, right? Me. And not a clue how I was gonna survive the next 400 seconds.
What exactly do you mean?
Well, I was getting prepared to come outside. I was pretty institutional. I was comfortable in prison. You know, everything, you know, I had no stress. Outside in the world, I had nothing but stress when I was out there last time. And I didn't know how I was gonna do it. And I was disastrous when I came out. I won a lot of money, but the life was too fast for me when I came out. Everything was moving too quick.
What was the toughest part of the adjustment back afterwards?
Yes, people, and violent. When I came out of prison, I was really violent for some reason. I was just violent, and I got in a lot of trouble, of course, you know, because I was violent when I came out. I think I was real bitter when I came out. That's the reason I was that way.
Are you bitter now? Because a lot
Not
of...
now. I'm back.
You hear a lot
95, when I came out of prison, I was a maniac.
Was it based on, because you do hear a lot of people who've come out of the system who feel like, especially if they maintain their innocence, that they were robbed of this time, in your case, 3 years of their life. Do you still feel any of that now?
Oh, yeah, I feel that 100%. But I don't hold that to no bitterness. That's just something, it occurred, it happened, a moment in time. It's a wrap. It's over. I'm doing this stuff now. I can't get that time back. This is what I'm doing now.
Would I be correct in my assessment, looking at you and talking to you and feeling your energy, that perhaps you're in the best part of your life right now?
At this stage of my life, it has to be. I've never been in I've been in love with many women. It's not hard for me to be in love with anyone. but I've never been committed to any of them. I've always cheated on them, gave them venereal diseases or something, and I've never, this is just what it is with my wife. We're together, and this is just what we're going to do. We're gonna, hopefully, God willing, we'll spend our lives together. That's just, the whole idea of that is just so riveting to me, that we'll stay together till one of us die.